Hey folks, Mark here. I'm about to show you something really, really disturbing. Somebody dies in this. I gotta warn you in advance, but it's an important thing to understand what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Man, shoot his ass! Man, shoot his ass! Shoot his ass!
Okay. I want to talk to you about the dead man's 10. I've talked to people about this, and they don't believe me. They don't believe it exists. Dead man's 10 is an Old West term among the shootist and the pistoleros for, the 10 count. They said that a man who is fatally wounded can still turn and offer you a legitimate and lethal threat. So, in other words, it's the 10 seconds that he could take you with him. Now, the truth of the matter is, it's a lot more than 10 seconds. It can be less than 10 seconds. So don't get married to the dead man's 10 when you're thinking about this. The idea is, under adrenaline, under extreme emotion, or a manic state, excited delirium is especially common, people can take incredible damage and still keep going. Now, that guy was dead, right? I mean, who knows when was it the first shot that would have killed him? The third, the fourth, whatever, which one did fatal damage, including collectively, right? The more bullets you pump into somebody, that it tends to be shorter, but not always, as that video illustrated. Now, again, people think that bullets and guns are defensive action. No. They can affect an attacker, but they won't stop the attack. Especially what's coming in. As you saw, this guy is hitting the cop, even as the cop's shooting him. So it's just, when you think in terms of using lethal force, understand it takes time. It's not something that you can just do, and like in the movie, the guy falls over. The closer the person is, as this video showed, the more capable he still is of injuring you and continuing his attack, even as he's taken fatal damage. So there's a big difference between fatal damage and effective damage. Fatal damage will kill the guy, but who knows when. Effective damage is what's going to stop him from further attacks. Right? For example, if you break somebody's leg and he's got a club, he's not going to be able to effectively attack you. But more than that, I really want you to understand that, again, and I've mentioned this in other videos, attacks that start way, way, way out, you really don't have to worry that much about defense. But when you get closer, right, when the person is in proximity, that's when you really need to start looking at doing something that has defensive capabilities rather than just offensive. Now, sure, the cop shot the guy multiple times, right, and collectively it eventually, dropped the guy and made it incapacitated him. But what did that cop do at close range that kept that club, that stick, from landing on him? This is something you really do have to think about and consider. Of the closer you are, the more you have to divide your efforts to not just offense, but also defensive action that can keep you from getting your head split. Because, gosh, it's really lucky that guy had a club and not a machete. Because the same distance, with that, it would have turned out very badly for the officer.